Hey, good morning, y'all. I am venturing out this morning into the yard. It is September the, what is this? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up, but we are in September. It's a light sprinkle, and it feels like it's probably about 50 degrees this morning, maybe 60. I don't know. Yeah, maybe 67, something like that. I'm gonna have to look and see, but it feels really cool this morning. Hey guys, before I start my tour, I just want to say thank you to all the subscribers who have shared that they enjoy my gardening journey as much as I do. I appreciate you all taking your time out of your day to come and just see the progress that we're having here. And I hope that this encourages you to try to grow something in your backyard, whether it's in a pot as I started out 2 years ago, or if it's in the ground. As you see, we moved to the yard. But thank you all so much, subscribers. I appreciate you all's attention, and it encourages me to keep going forward in my home gardening journey. So thank you all, and here's to continued growth and finding people who also enjoy the experience that I'm having. Thanks, guys. Doing a quick walk around. Yeah, I know this is my lettuce bin, and I have different types of salad lettuce in here. These bell peppers, I keep telling y'all, they are doing really well. I got a couple I think I can maybe pick this morning. I love that red. It's so pretty. Got a little more ways to go. Now that one's really red, like chili pepper red over there. And I've got these here. So I'm waiting on these to get just a little bit bigger before I try to cook with these. But check out the stalk on that bell pepper plant. It's really thick. These are some baby collards I always keep up here on the deck. I'm gonna need to spray it, but it seems to be doing okay. This is the ghost pepper I told y'all about, and how it looked like it was half dead. I watered it and I cut off the tops, and check out all this new growth. It's probably too late in the season for it to do anything, but still nice. I am not for sure on what this is. I thought it was a lemon seed that my brother had me plant in here, but it's got these little spikes on it. So I'm gonna have to look this up and see what it was. But the only thing we planted in here was about 3 lemon seeds. So we'll see. The okra still got plenty of beautiful pastel yellow flowers on pretty much everything. And the lesson I learned was last year when I did okra, I saw a few farmers who always removed all the outside limbs and just had that one stalk growing up to where our fruit was, or our vegetable was. But this year I saw other videos, and these people didn't take anything off. They just pretty much let it grow. Just made sure they gave it plenty of room. And I will say, it does need about 24 or 2 feet of space around it, because each of these limbs, as you can see, this one has gone off and to produce more vegetables. So this one okra stem has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 stems off of it, and each one of them does have vegetables growing on them. Now, I think that is wonderful. I do have some that don't have that many on them, but majority of them have anywhere from 2 to 6 or 7 other limbs on them. So this has been a wonderful experience this year with the okra. Not sure what the end time will be for them, but I'm gonna let them keep going for as long as they will go. All right, checking on our squash. Our squash is doing really well. You know, I told y'all we had all those assassin beetles, and yes, they are still present. Dun 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 dun. But I don't see any damage to the okra itself, so I have to go with the idea that they are a beneficial insect in the garden because they eat aphids and other small insects. And these guys have only shown that they are preserving the vegetable. So we got a few more leaves we can cut off of the squash, and we're going to fill the tubes up once we cut off the squash. But they're doing well. This month I will be checking the sweet potato bin because this will be 90 plus days that it's been growing. I'm going to check the date because of course I have a video on it. I'll check the date to see when I actually planted them, because I want to do a check to see is it close to time to harvest. I think sweet potatoes take anywhere from 90 days to 110 days to mature. So I'll be checking. I'm hoping we've got a good growth underground. Here's our raspberry. It's still doing well. Not seeing a whole lot of growth, but really I'm just glad that the leaves are still green and it hasn't died off. You know, this was one of our end of the year home store survivalist, and I got it when it was looking like it was half dead, and we nurtured it, and once it looked like it was going to survive, we put it in the ground here underneath the trellis. So we'll see if it continues through the winter. So we didn't get any raspberries off of it this year. All right, we are over in our strawberry and raspberry box. Things seem to be doing okay. Not a whole lot of changes going on. I need to do some more studying of raspberries, but as you can see, this sunshine has survived, and the Biloxi seems to be doing okay. I don't see the blackening of the limbs, so I can only assume we've done pretty good at surviving. Some of the strawberries that we planted died off, and the babies are coming back. But I thought we were going to lose the entire bin, but so far it's just been doing its thing. Got to get those weeds out. And our strawberry supports have been really good. Wow, check that out, guys. When I put this in, this was as small pretty much as this, or even as small as this, and yet check that out. Same with this one. These were runners that we put into the ground. As you can see, there's new growth leaves. So I don't know, we may get something back next year. We'll have to wait and see. Haven't seen any strawberry growths, but look at those new flowers. New growth is always a good sign. I also got to work on getting my strawberry lid back on here, but I haven't worried about the protection so much because I haven't had a lot of fruit here lately. So I'm not really worried about the squirrels messing around, but I do want to get my clamp attached so that I can add my lid back so we can lift and lower the lid as we need to. So that's my only concern right now. All right, our collards slow growing, but they're trying to come back. You know, we thinned the herd, and just been trying to let these go. Tomatoes, still got a few tomatoes. I'll say a lot of tomatoes coming in clusters. These are our cherry tomato section. I added these PVC pipes because these were growing so high. It just seemed easier to manage them if I put them where they could grow over and still have the support, because they are now higher than the stakes. But I need to get something to keep them pushed back. Hold on. Okay, I think that's going to hold it a little better. There's the sugar. Okay, hold it a little better, but we do have some we need to harvest off of here. I don't know about y'all, but it seems like every time I fool with these tomatoes, I always get like what feels like little chiggers or something that feels like it comes off of them and irritates my hand. Although I've always had a problem with eating, not when I was a kid, eating from my grandfather's garden, but as I've gotten older over the years, in my teen years, I developed I guess where I could not eat fresh fruit. Doctors believe it was probably the chemical herbicides that were sprayed on them to prevent bugs. I don't know, because I don't remember my granddad spraying anything on his, so it's possible. But I have been able to eat some of my own vegetables. I don't know if you all just saw that. It's a lot of white flies just flew off of there, so I definitely need to get out here and spray that. Those white flies will destroy your crops, so make sure you stay on top of that. Alright, so got some to harvest out here, just a little maintenance. My little bin, I've kind of used this more or less as a trap crop for some of these insects, but as it's getting cooler, my turnip greens and some of the bok choy seems to be doing a lot better over here. We'll try to get in this bin and see what's going on, but it's limited. I did not show y'all my strawberry lid. I have it sitting over here until I get some braces so I can lift it and lower it down on top of the strawberry bin, because it is really heavy. Apple tree is doing okay. You know, I told y'all we lost the fruit that was on there because the bugs finally got to it, but the tree itself is doing fine. We've got still plenty of broccoli coming up. I'm hoping that a lot of these broccoli shoots will continue to come up and keep us in broccoli. This one all of a sudden seemed to have tried to die on me, and I ended up cutting off all the dead branches that had turned a kind of a dark yellow color. But as you can see, some of the leaves are coming back now, so I don't know, and we definitely have some new growth down here at the bottom of the stem, so hopefully this will maintain going up through the winter. We have our other cherry tomatoes over here. Originally, guys, when I planted these were supposed to be steak tomatoes, but in that seed pack they clearly added of the two plants that I planted, the two seed areas that I planted, Um, they clearly added cherry tomatoes in there. So we've been getting a harvest of cherry tomatoes. I had to come in and give more support because this one plant here in the middle has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 runners. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sticks to support. 7 to support this one plant. So I'm glad I did not in the end put this in a cage, because I would have ran out of space and we'd have had the same problem. So the original plants that I hoped to plant here was like this. One steak tomato, and we've already harvested as many of the steak tomatoes as we could get off of here. But still working with these cherries. I need to stand this up and secure this better. Guess the ground is a little wet, so they're tending to fall over with the weight of the tomatoes. All right, this was a mystery plant that grew in this box that I originally was going to put, or that I had originally put green beans in, but the green beans ended up getting blight, so I removed them. I planted spinach, but I've only had a few of the spinach come up in these 3 sections. All sections were planted spinach, but only this section has a few that have come up. So we're gonna work a little bit more on this box, seeing this is the cooler weather. Spinach, broccoli, green collards, turnips, several other do well in our cool weather plants, so they do well in this weather. So I'll be working with these boxes a little bit more. But this surprise plant turned out to be broccoli, and we've been watching it and cutting the stalks off. It has 2 stems on the one plant, so it's done really well. Our blackberries plant is still alive. It's still growing. I did the little trick they talked about, cutting off the top of it, and yes, in fact, it does cause the others to grow. So we did that for that one. Not for this one. It might be too cool for this one to end up getting developed blackberries like what we would like, but still, the plant's alive, and it came back from last year. And honestly, that is all that matters to me, that it came back. We pushed these stems that we trimmed back, pushed them down into the dirt, and I hope to get additional growth stems out of these bins. There is still a lot of growth in the plant, of course, because we've still got new growth along the poles growing into this bin. New leaves, new growth here. But I hope that this, the tops will grow new blackberry extensions. So we'll keep watching that. But like I said, it's September right now, so we may be definitely out of the time to see berries, but the growth should be fine. I'll probably check out some videos so that I can cut this back and see what it does next year. Okay, here is our Blackeye Pea trellis. As y'all can see, we've got vines going everywhere. Okay, what is this? Okay, it looks to be diatomaceous earth that's dried. Alright, so we've got Blackeye peas vines that have grown off of the trellis, and I've been picking daily these Blackeye peas. I don't know, next time I might get a trellis that's shorter so that I can be sure to harvest everything that's growing up here in the tops. But usually I'm able to reach through the inside of the trellis and harvest. Let's see. These are really nice. Here's a really nice one. When they get thick like this and you can see the puckles, that's what I've learned is what's best. These are, I was telling Mark the other day, these are teenage. That's my son. These are teenage and baby black-eye peas. Young adults. But when they get thick and long like this, then this is where you either want to let them stay here, dry out, or you want to go and pick them. Now, usually when I pick them at this stage, they are a light green color once the black-eye pea comes out. But still very good, very edible. I see some up there that have gone yellow, pastel yellow. Those pods are also ones that can be harvested, because those are definitely ready. I was hoping to see some turn a reddish color, but I'm thinking I don't have those particular types of black-eye peas, so mine are turning yellow. Here's some really thick ones, really nice ones. These need to be harvested. And everything that's coming off the vines appear to be ready to be harvested. You see those yellow ones, pods up there, that's where they've dried out. Some of them will dry and they shrink. They're really, really skinny. I usually leave those alone, like this one. I don't know if you all can see that one. But majority of them are a nice size when they come off. So I'll probably be picking some of those in a little bit. Our collard greens that we trimmed and have thinned the box a little bit look like they're doing pretty good. Hopefully they will begin again. And if you all have seen previous videos, you all know that I cut these all the way off. I mean, whacked the whole top off, which I probably shouldn't have, but I did. So the leaves you see now are the ones that have grown out from the sides. They are gorgeous. They are really gorgeous. So I'm eager to be able to start picking collards again. These are a few more collards that survived, and Swiss chard. That's a beautiful collard right there. And we've got collards over there on the back side of the sweet potatoes. Alright guys, so that's the end of the tour today. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I appreciate you all seeming to enjoy this garden journey as much as I enjoy it. So I was doing some picking of black-eyed peas from the garden today, and I decided to check and see if there's a recipe for the stems. I know you can't eat these, and they do sometimes have they do have strings on them as well. So what I'm doing right now is just dicing them up into small. I'm going to do like a little test and see how they turn out. Could be a good idea, could be a bad idea, but we shall see. So I'm going to finish cutting up these last few that I have, and I'm going to put them on the stove. The recipe only called for a little salt, a little butter, and a little simmering. So we'll see. I'll let y'all know. Hey guys, I'm back with this follow-up video. So I cooked the black-eyed pea pods after I had removed the green beans. There were the black-eyed peas from the black-eyed pea pods. And I cooked them. It said to cook them for about 45 minutes with a little salt, water, and butter. I will say, for the parts that I can eat, they are good. They really are good. But the problem is, although I tried to pull all the strings out, I could not pull all of the strings out. And this will strangle you. So, not to be gross, but I don't know. The only thing I think you could do is get them when they're babies before the strings get developed, because these were picked after they plumped, meaning the seeds, the black-eyed peas, were actually thick enough to harvest from the pods. But I could see where eating these before they get to that point would probably be good, and I may try that with the ones, as I told my son, are either in the teenage stage or young adult stage before they get thick. Might try that and see what that does. All right.